Welcome back. Part 3 of creating pivot tables. Now, there's something else you might have recognized. Not only do we have this pivot tables fields to the right, we also have a new ribbon in the menu system called Pivot Table Tools. There is an Analyze tab and also a Design tab. So in our Analyze tab, I'll go ahead and click. We have buttons related to pivot tables, as well as a Design tab, also related to pivot tables. So if we click outside of the pivot table, as I'm doing now, notice that those items disappear, and also the field list to the right is also gone. So if we click back within the pivot table, the field list reappears on the right, and also have our two contextual tabs up here, our Analyze and our Design tabs here above. If you don't want to see these items right here, one option, if you go to the Analyze tab and off to the right, we can simply turn off the field headers. See where it says field headers? I'll click and it turns off the field headers. But I kind of think that I'd like to see them there, so I'll go back and I'll click them on. This is certainly not an obvious choice, at least first time around. But, say for example, let's go to the Report Layout tab. Go to the Design, and then I'll go to Report Layout, and you'll see the options that we have, showing compact form, which is how we're showing it now. I'll go ahead and click that so that you see that that doesn't change. And there's two other forms. What we have is, we have an outline form. I'll click that so you can see what that looks like. And then we also have a tabular form. Outline and tabular are very similar. The major difference is that the tabular shows grid lines. There's another difference that we might see later. Tabular form, here we go with the grid lines. Outline without, but more importantly, I'll go ahead and do the outline. Notice the grid lines go away. I think a lot of people, salesperson and product, and particularly if you're printing this, I think you'd like to see it on the worksheet or making a presentation as well. Now, in this look, keep in mind, standard Excel features are pretty much available too. We'll click in the upper left-hand corner, selecting the entire sheet, and we'll double-click on any column boundary so that we get our alignment correct. You know, we can also do some other adjusting if we'd like, but I won't take the time to do this. So we see that we've got some good solid information here, and you'll see in an upcoming lecture that we have the ability to quickly manipulate the data and display it in different ways. It doesn't take very long to create a pivot table. So in a quick recap here, we're going to go back to our source data. And we simply, first of all, made sure that our data was contiguous, row after row, no empty rows, no empty columns. We clicked within the pivot table, went to the Insert tab, clicked on Pivot Table, and from there we simply clicked OK, and we ended up here with the new sheet. Remember, initially we didn't see anything on the left side, but then in the pivot table, if you click there, it lifts to the right. Then we click the box for our salesperson, and we also click the box for the number of items. And then lastly, we simply drag the product down into the columns area. And there's the pivot table. Fast, easy, and some pretty impressive analysis at our fingertips.